Hi, I'm glad you tuned in. We have an interesting show today, a great basic workout with exertubing. I think you're going to like it. So grab some water, put on some comfortable clothes, get a good attitude, and I'll see you here in just a sec. Are you ready? I like to find center line before I start working with my tubing to make it easier to find each time. So find your center line and mark it with a piece of tape or some magic marker. And I already have the door set up. I've opened the door and put shims underneath of it so that it doesn't move back and forth while we're working out with the tubing. So center that up on the door, wrap it around a couple times, and then check, because you want to have a nice safe setup to get started. And then I'm going to step back and get some tension on here. And the further back I step away from where the tubing is attached, the more tension there is on the tubing. So just adjust accordingly. And we're going to start with the boss of all exercises, the squat. So get your feet shoulder width apart and use your tubing for balance, and just come back into a nice squat. Now notice that my knees, again, I know I always tell you this, but it's just so important. This is a really important exercise. You'll always need this. You'll always need to get out of a chair or get up and down off the floor. So you always need to have strength. So you're going to feel this in the feet, in the calves, in the quads, in the hamstrings, and the glutes. And also I can really feel it in my core. So come down to the squat and then come back up and squeeze your shoulder blades together and come up to good posture. So let's inhale down and squeeze on the way up. I can really feel that all the way from my toes gripping the floor to my calves holding me up. And I'm trying to sit back so that I can really work the legs. Actually, this is a good place to start because doing some squats gets you warmed up really fast, as you're probably noticing. Do a few more. Squeeze it up. You're squeezing the glutes on the way up. This is a really good exercise, keeping your low body really strong. Come up to good posture. Come on down. See where your legs are. And come up. Okay, while we're in this position, we're going to add some back work. So keep your knees slightly bent. Inhale. Exhale and pull the tubing back to your ribs. And then inhale. And exhale, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Now, I don't want you to do this and then, all that stuff. You want to get in a good, nice, solid position and work it. And anything worth having is really worth working for. And I know that you feel better when you exercise. We're going to put those two moves together. So get into your squat position and inhale down and come up and squeeze the shoulder blades as you pull back. Squat, up, row, and back. Good job. So it's a 4-part move. And breathe. Inhale down, squeeze it up, and just breathe. Let's do a few more. So you can stay with just the squats, start that way, do the rows, and then just put the two moves together. It really makes a nice active workout. You get an aerobic effect also. Breathe. I can feel my heart rate going up. Let's do one more. Good form. Down, up, and there. Next, we're going to do triceps and biceps. So just make sure your tubing is wrapped around coming from the underside of the doorknob. And step back. And I'm going to hinge from the hips, going to hinge forward with a flat back. My shoulder blades are engaged. My elbows will be right at my waist. And I'm trying to keep my head in line with my spine. Take your arm, I'm going to move a little closer. Take the arms back, squeezing the triceps, and come back. Now you can adjust this any way you need to. If you need more tension, choke up on the tubing, or if you don't need as much resistance, just go back on it a little bit, move back, and breathe. Exhale back. Now I'm trying to keep my head in line with my spine. I'm exhaling as I extend my arms. I'm trying to keep my elbows right at my waist, and they're not coming up here. I don't want to take the tension off. So suck the stomach in. Knees are softly bent. Breathe. My whole body is really active here. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Really let your muscles know what you're doing when you go back. You really want to squeeze the muscle, not so much on the actual band, but just squeezing the tricep muscle on the side of the upper arm. Last one, hold it there. And bring it back. Good job. Let's face the opposite way. And I'm going to take an underhand grip on the tubing and put my elbows at my waist again. And I might want to put one foot forward just for balance. Hips are facing forward. Inhale first and exhale. Good. You can move forward a little if you need a little more resistance. And just make sure that you let the muscles know what you're doing. You want to squeeze the bicep when you come up, not this. Squeezing the arm. But my whole body is in the game right now. Toes are spread, knees are bent, calves are working. I can tell my legs are really active. My core muscles are active. My lungs are active because I'm breathing with each movement. It feels good. The nice thing about exercise, if you're really thinking into what you're doing, you can't really think about other things. It gives your mind a break, and it lets you just focus on the here and now, staying in the moment. Plus, you're doing something really good for your body. Last one, hold it here and release it down. Handles up. I'm going to step 1 foot forward. Either one, you can switch off and start here. And as you exhale, you're going to take that up and back down to starting position. So just kind of reach up and come back down. You're working chest, upper chest, front deltoids. And breathe. Exhale. I hope you're working out with me. You feel so much better when you do a workout. It takes all my tension away. Not that I have a lot, but everybody has tension. Tension is good at times. Sometimes you just need to focus on your health and your well-being, and working out is a big part of that. Exhaling up, inhaling back. Let's do one more. Take it up and bring it down. Good job. Okay, while we're here, I'm going to take my arms out to the side. I'll switch legs in front. And I have enough room here, the way I have it set up, that I can come around here in a bear hug. Inhale and stretch the chest. This is good. We're doing standing cable flies, I would call this. Inhale out. Exhale, squeezing the chest, making a big bear hug here. Exhale. And just take your time. There's no time limit. I would prefer you go slowly than to hurry, because we don't want momentum taking us through the exercise when we're trying to build muscle. We want the muscle taking us through the exercise. Stomach's in. Let's do 2 more. Really open up the chest. We're getting ready for chest presses. Feels good. Last one. Notice my arms stayed into like a hug position. And come back out. Now we're going to start with the arms beside you, hands at chest level. And we're going to exhale as we go out and inhale as we come in. So get your balance. Ready? Push it out and bring it back. Now I can really feel this in the chest. Breathe. Keep going. You're not choking the handles on the tubing. Just an easy grip. All the work is in your chest. As you're pushing and exhaling forward, your chest muscles are flexing. And last one. Hold it here. And release. Oh, I could feel that. Another exercise that's really good for your shoulder you can do with this tubing. So make sure that the back side of the tubing is wound around the doorknob a few times, just to keep it there. And you're going to step away from the door, get your elbow in at your waist, and feeling the tension, and stand nice and tall, and just pull your hand right toward your navel, and then take it back out. Exhale as you bring it in, take it back out. Good. This is an excellent exercise to help rotator cuff strength. If you've ever had rotator cuff problems, you know what I'm talking about. You have to do these types of exercises to work those small muscles that are involved, and the shoulder is very complex. Exhale. Let's do one more. Stomach's in, knees are soft. And just hold it there. You can feel it working there. It's real warm. Good job. I'm going to take it to the other side. So I'm going to lock my elbow in. Going to stand tall and exhale. And I'm bringing my hand to my navel and just taking it back out to the side. So exhale. It's like opening and shutting a door. Here we shut the door and then we open it back up. But I don't want you out here. I want to keep it here. Take it in and back out. Exhale in. Inhale out. Take your time. And breathe. That feels good. I can feel it really getting warm in the shoulder. We've got one more. You'll notice if you're paying attention that I don't count very well because I'm talking and I'm usually trying to get 8 to 10 reps. So don't count when you watch the show. Don't count and check on me. You can also do seated exercises at the door. So get your tubing. Bring the arms straight out. We're going to work biceps in a seated position. Exhale as you come back. Inhale as you come forward. Make your adjustment. And sit nice and tall. Breathe. So it's nice that you can do this in a seated position or standing. It hits the muscle a little differently. Try to squeeze the bicep when you get up there. And you could also do one at a time if you chose to. You could go here and here. Good job. Let's do one more. Hold it here. And release it down. We can also do some rows while we're here. You can face your palms down, or you can have palms facing each other to just work the muscle a little different way, a different angle. Feels good. I'm going to flex my shoulder blades here, keep my elbows out, and inhale here. And let's do a few more. Breathe. We can also get a little bit of aerobics in, and the tubing helps with balance. I'm trying to keep a straight back. And I'm sitting on my butt bones. Breathe. And I'm going for a little bike ride, a recumbent bike ride. So that's an option. Couple more. Hang in there. And bring it down. So here's a little contraption that I made. You might have a strap from a piece of luggage, or even an old dog collar or something that's flat like this that has seams in it. Well, I put a hook on one end, and this end has a loop also. I put a tea towel through it. I just, stuffed it in there and tied a knot. What I'm going to do with this is throw it over the top of my door, and then I'm going to shut the door. So let's see how that works. I put the tubing through the hook that I have inside this loop on a nylon strap, And it's, I'm centering it up. Got my tape on there. Kind of have to find that sweet spot where you're getting just enough tension that you're actually working the triceps right now. This feels really good. Yeah, I might need a little more tension. So I step out. If I need a little less tension, I step back. So bring the top of the arms up, but the top of your arm stays level to the floor. Your forearm moves. Inhale up and exhale. Stomach's in, shoulders back. Yeah, I could tell this is hitting my triceps nicely. If you need to make it a little more difficult, just put both handles in one hand and do the exercise. Adjust, just like that, single arm. And just be in really good form while you're doing this, good posture, as much as you can. Try not to choke the handle, working right here. And breathe. So let's do that on the other side. Take a step out. And it's your choice. You can double up if you need more resistance, or you can, have less resistance. You'll get in the groove and tell when you're really working. That's what you want. You want to work. Nothing comes easy. If you want something, you have to work. And I find that the repetition of, the same types of exercises, but varying it a little bit, but the repetition really, really helps my physical and mental state. So step back. Okay, we're going to face this, and I'm going to choke up on it a little bit. My knees are bent, and I'm going to do I'm going to come up here. I'm going to do a row, but my arms are wide. And I'm working the rear deltoid. And I'm working the rhomboids. That's good. Those are good posture muscles, keeping you upright. And just squeeze as if you're squeezing a sponge between your shoulder blades. And pull it. Good job. And breathe. Okay. Remember we did some rows down here at this level. We're going to do some high pulls. So wherever you get the proper amount of tension. Now I want you to keep your knees slightly bent. Everything is tight. And pull back. There we go. Pull back on the exhale. Reach. Breathe. There. That feels good. That's working. Pulling back. Now we can take it close. Pull back close. Close grip. Works a little differently. So we want to do it all. Good job. Really let your muscles know when you get there. You're squeezing the back. Let's do one more. Exhale. Step to the side. and put both of your hands in the handles. And I want you to face forward. Hips are facing an imaginary wall right in front of you. And we're going to do some chops. You'll inhale and then pull it over. I'm going to move in a little so I can get a fuller range of motion. One thing I forgot to mention to you, make sure that your door is shut and locked so it doesn't spring open. I've had that happen. So start here, exhale, good, and breathe. Oh, this is nice. And it's coming up from a higher level, so we're getting a little different workout. Here's a chop. We'll take it to the other side. Get your stance. Hands in the grips together. Stomach in. Exhale. Well, this is working nicely at the top of the door. It's so nice to be able to get your workout in at home. Not have to travel. Not spending a lot of time out there. How'd that feel? Straight up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep it going. Last set. You can really feel it working. 7 and 8. Hold it up. And let's switch sides. So that little piece of tape in the center comes in handy. Just put that in the center of your shoe. Squeeze it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more times. Stay lifted if you can. Legs not crossing center line. 5, 6, 7. Last one. Hold it up. Can you feel that? Oh, I can feel that. I know you can. And release it down. I hope you enjoyed the workout today. Just keep it simple, and it'll be a lot easier for you to stay on track. So I'll see you next time on Move to Improve. 97, 98, 99, 100.